Today I have partnered up with Ring to test out their indoor cameras, which I typically do their outdoor, but we'll get into that in a little bit. And not only that, I'm going to be bringing you along this journey of me transforming our fireplace. This is a project I have been very interested in always, but insanely intimidated by. So I just figured, why not do it how I do everything else, is you never know until you try and DIY. Before jumping into this, I am going to ask you to use your imaginations because no, I do not have the budget of my dreams. I'm not gonna be able to redo the flooring. Don't mind this tile. But the reason I'm going to be making over this entire fireplace is to give myself some inspiration next year to choose some flooring, to choose new paint colors, and kind of just use this as my gateway makeover to transform the entire downstairs space. Painting cabinets, you can do a ton of different ways. The first thing you're gonna have to do is take all the hardware off, all the decor off, and just have a clean surface. I couldn't remove the TV because I am not that strong, and that thing is a chonger and a half. From the Ring product you're gonna see to the materials to the tips and tricks I am giving you because I researched it, I have linked every single thing I possibly can that I personally use for this makeover down below. Nothing beats the honesty of a friend, and my fellow female woodworker, badass mama jama, Monica from House of Esperanza, I'll link her down below for you. She gave me some tips and tricks I didn't think I would need, and I actually ended up forgetting a couple of them until watching this edit, which is so annoying. But if you are looking for just like the truth of the matter of a project, find a friend that's done it before because they're gonna let you know, like, do it or absolutely not worth it. And she told me it was totally worth it. It was not about to sand this entire entertainment system. It just didn't make sense. And the dust it would cause, and the fact I would need my family to be out of the house probably for like a week, the amount of dust that would collect, I opted to go for the sander deglosser, which is just a wipe on deglosser, which helps paint adhere. I'm also going to be going in with a primer, which I don't typically do, and it's going to be a stain blocking one, so that stain doesn't kind of come through over the years of this being painted. And then I'll go over it with a natural, not a natural, right, but you know, just like a pure white. You can also strip it like I did the vanity in my bathroom makeover, or you can sand it, whatever suits your patience and your household and lifestyle. For me, this was the easiest, hence why I did it. I let the first coating of the deglosser sit until it was completely dry, and then I went back in and did it a second time. After that second coat was dry, you just want to go in with a tack cloth. Tack cloths are insanely sticky, so they're going to grab all the debris. I do recommend specifically purchasing those. Random side note, after this entire process, my arms are looking jacked, so if you're looking for a quick way for your arms to get chiseled in places you didn't know you had and muscles that you didn't know existed, this is one way to do it. I'm not going to say things are going to just like move and groove, but from this point forward, it's pretty basic. You just completely made the surface, like if you felt it in real life, it's like a cat's tongue. It's super rough so the paint can go directly onto it and actually go into the material versus sitting on top and like being able to be scratched super easily. And this was the point of no return when I put the first coat of primer on, and I have to say instantly my heart was dropping, but also insanely happy because within 3 seconds of just like not even 5% of the fireplace painted, lightened up the entire room. Oh my God, I seriously am a mess. Yesterday was like a 12 to 9er, just painting and prepping all of the things. And then today, I don't know how long it's gonna be, but at least there'll be some power tools involved because I hate painting. Cute little treat right here. Okay, let's continue. With tedious transformations like this, I like to make lists of my day so I can look back and see the small little accomplishments I have, because painting something white is pretty tedious, and when you step back, you're like, oh, okay, that's not really that big of a deal. I bulk cut some thin MDF strips to do some DIY shiplap, which I've shown you before on my channel with that DIY bathroom makeover with the green color that nobody was really a fan of. But I'll also link a different tutorial that is way better than mine down below for you as well. Just like I did with the front of my bar, I used my laser level, some MDF to evenly space it, construction adhesive, and my nail gun to secure it all the way from top to bottom. The wood portion sits a lot further back than the stone that we have, so I decided to DIY a frame to be able to attach the material I will be covering the stone with to continue that up all the way to the ceiling to make it look very cohesive and tall, because I feel like having it split like that is going to make it look short and stubby. I did use my laser level to line it up with the edge of the stone of the fireplace to ensure that I was installing the framing directly against that as well, to just, you know, double check that everything's going to be looking smooth smooth when we install. I was doing my DIY bar at the same time I was doing this, and if you guys recall, I had a memory card that I threw into the washer and melted it essentially. So you're gonna see the frame kind of just pop up, but I just screwed pieces directly into the top portion of that fireplace wherever I thought I needed to connect the piece of the cover. I DIY'd a mantle sleeve. I have done this before on my channel. It is just simply nail gunning a cover together that you can slip on. I sanded it down and distressed it to give it a little bit more character, and also stained it a deeper like walnut, early American walnut, what type of color. Those are the stains that I use. That's why I was saying that, because that matches the railing of my stairs in our entryway. So I'm trying to pull that tone through the house. A rookie mistake that I made was cutting and assembling that mantle before the Home Depot wood actually dried out. Home Depot's wood is typically very wet. I wasn't accounting for shrinkage, so I'm just gonna let you see my real reaction happen right now. Snug fit. Spent 4 days making this and didn't account for shrinkage. So when I put it on, this just split. And I wanna lose my mind. I wanna lose it so bad because it looks so good, but I'm not gonna take it off. I'm gonna just kind of sand it down and mesh it together and see if I can make it seamless on here. Long story and frustration off camera, I ended up sanding it down to almost being smooth and then filling where it wasn't connecting with some wood putty and staining that once again. You'll see it in a later reveal, but I did not want to record it because I literally started crying because it was just too much at this point for me, but I knew I had to keep pushing forward, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing. I took the same concept as the mantle over to the countertop and just cut down some wood and stained it to slip right over and create a wood countertop, quote unquote, versus the orange weird stone that we got going on in our household. The exact same thing that I did twice, I'm gonna be doing with these panels that I picked up from Home Depot to cover up the stone and add it to the framing that we DIY'd where the TV is currently living. I used some joint compound to fill where the sheets would be meeting, and then I went back in and sanded over it to be smooth, also just like chiseling away similar patterns to make it look a little bit more uniform to hopefully in the end run make it look flush. After all of this was installed, Paul actually stayed up till 2 a.m. helping me paint the entire thing and just being, you know, that moral support to get me through this last little bit. You'll see decor popping up, but I like to place things that I already own to know what I need to buy and what I do not. Let's dive into this ring product though, because that's what I'm really excited to be protecting my new fireplace, but I have a couple other reasons why I love Ring, and I'm gonna walk you through it all right now. Right off the bat, it didn't surprise me that the Ring indoor cam was sleek and modern and just very chic, because all of their products have this way of like being able to go with any house, any decor, and not feel like such a crazy eyesore. That's like number one thing that I love about it. And this particular indoor cam is actually the smallest and lowest priced camera Ring has made to date. All of the Ring products are insanely easy to install. This one in particular took me maybe 2 minutes to set up, but for the majority of the products, it takes 5 minutes with no previous experience. And like I said, I have a playlist with my first time experiences to showcase those for you as well. Ring not only walks you through every single step of the way, but also the troubleshooting that you may experience, and you might be like, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. No, when you click it, it tells you exactly what to do to move forward with your installation. I actually decided to set this up in the fireplace. I was joking before when I said to watch over my fireplace, but we recently had an issue with the home security system that came with the house with a faulty motion sensor in our kitchen. So this just came in the perfect time to be able to set it up, and while we're away, if something were to actually be moving versus the faulty sensor, I could see it right here with this indoor cam. This indoor cam has two-way talk, live view, audio, motion recording toggles for added security, which all my personal Ring products have already, and I am just completely in love with, because you can customize it to your home, your lifestyle, and what's going to be moving and grooving around consistently and what is not, so you can keep your eye. If you are looking to add some security to the inside of your home, I highly recommend this Ring indoor cam, and no, not just because we partnered, but because I am truly a fan and a consistent and like just over-the-top user of them. So if you want to know even more information, or you want to just grab your own, be sure to follow my bit.ly link. It's bit.ly/Rachel Ring. I also linked it in the description down below. On top of extra security, I did add some old decor, incorporated some new, and then just took a step back and soaked it all in. As far as scuffing or the paint scratching up, I actually have been beating this thing up for a couple of weeks now, just putting decor on it, trying to find the right pieces, and I haven't had one scratch mark. I did have a little ding of a corner of a shelf because I physically dropped something heavy and I had to touch it up there. But other than that, I haven't seen any fingerprints, I haven't seen any scratch marks, but I'll keep you guys posted about how it stays up to us in this household. Thank you once again to Ring for sponsoring today's video, and I hope that you guys find a little bit of inspiration to tackle a project that you've been interested in, but even if not more intimidated by, because that's exactly what this one was. One more thing before I head out, I'm going to be doing this off camera because I personally need to learn how to use the tools, but I will be making a metal frame to go around the actual fireplace itself to kind of just protect the paneling that we laid on top of it. Okay, bye.